Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more NACE Starleague Valorant here. We got Saints varsity coming up in week 3 here up against Michigan Tech Esports. I'm Josh Profundi, joined by Amanda Dupuis once again. I feel like we always end up on Valorant together,
but sure.
We've got an interesting game on our hands tonight. Both of these teams coming into week 3, 2-0, undefeated. Neither of them wants to give up that loss. I mean, it's a tough one to give up early in the season, and it's one that I think these Saints varsity guys, they're pushing to keep that undefeated record. This team is very confident in themselves this semester, and they're looking to keep that going, especially in the NACE Starleague.
Absolutely, and I know after last weekend's kind of CVAL mishap, it's been a little bit, they're striving to do their best. They're trying to get back onto that undefeated NACE, at least, run, so that should be good to see.
Yeah, we do also have some more maps for today and the return of some old maps as well. Map list for today, Split, Haven, Icebox. That's right, Split is returning. A fan favorite, maybe not favorite, depends on how you look at it. I'm not actually 100% sure if Split has been tweaked at all. I think they have changed some more boxes and stuff, but every time Valorant reworks a map, it's like 2 angles get changed, and then they're like, all right guys, the map's done, and then people find problems with it in the 2
map's
weeks,
been taken out of the game for 3 months, and they're like, all right, 2 boxes have been removed.
Yeah, pretty much, but I mean, Split has just been it was such a problem even from the beginning of Valorant. Such tight corridors, things like the raise and stuff like that was just so potent on the map, and they had to change mid 3-4 times. I wouldn't be surprised if they've changed it again, but we've got players loading up into lobby here. Looks like the R's are being thrown around. It's going to be Saints starting on that attacking side. Michigan Tech there with the defenders. Starting rosters today. Gub, 4-tapping Seth, Ems, and Caillou there from the Saints. From Michigan Tech, we got Quinn, Eel, Block, Terminal, and Galactar. So I do recognize a few of the names there. I think I do remember Quinn from... not sure what league, whether it was NACE or NECC, but definitely seeing some familiar faces on this roster nonetheless.
Absolutely, and it looks like Saints will be defending first here on Split. We will have Michigan Tech on the attack, so we'll have to see. I know Saints' defense is usually pretty strong, so it should be pretty cool to see here today.
And this is going to be an interesting one because we haven't seen Split in so long in any kind of 5-man organized team play capacity, right? So I think it's going to be really interesting because now there's new agents in the game. There's so many changes to both agents and a few changes to the map as well. I want to see if any of these picks really change. I mean, Astra most likely going to continue being a super, super potent pick. Those stars are just so good on any map with small corridors that you have to walk through. That well is amazing. The smokes being able to be popped from just about anywhere on the map there. But as far as the duelist goes, looks like M's going to be picking up that jet once again. Flashes coming through from the sky. We've got Caillou there on the Viper. That's a new pick from Caillou. Caillou usually finds themselves on some kind of initiator, whether it be Sova, whether it be Fade. Those have been really his 2 main picks all the way from starting of last season, but MTU still waiting on some of these lock-ins.
Yeah, it looks like they were kind of hesitating on the Killjoy there. She did just get nerfed. Her turret went from 125 health to 100. So,
okay.
Little bit of a change.
Burst it down pretty easily now.
Yeah, now you can 1 or 2 tap it with most guns. So, should make her a little less strong, but we're still going to see Seth choose the Killjoy there. She still is pretty strong, still being able to hold down the sights by herself, kind of like Cypher. Honestly, I think she's just a little bit better Cypher.
Yeah, even with that health nerf, you still get the fact that your turret's still spotting someone out, whether it lives or not. Yeah, you might not be able to recall it in as quick situations because it'll die faster, but you're still getting the intel out of it. You've still got those microwaves as well. I think it might hurt her a little bit in terms of value, but I think the kit's still there, honestly. I got to agree with you there.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to see some ghosts coming through here. Maybe a frenzy or 2 here for Caillou. But that's about it. We're going to see the classics. Going to see the ghosts. That's it.
Yeah. Ghosts from this attacking side. Only light armor on Seth. Gub just opting for, looks like a fully built out utility there. Just going to buy up all of that. Most likely got double flashes on board. The dog there as well, just going to be used immediately. And the heal as well. The heal is huge in pistol round because you take a little bit of chip damage. Having 100 health for your entire team is huge. Ems gets into heaven quickly, takes down Terminal with a close headshot, and it's an insta-rotate through mid here.
Yeah, we're going to see the rotate is good through B here. All 5 members going to go through heaven. You can see a few members of Michigan Tech are going to try to break into that heaven, but it is smoked off, so we're going to see them go back into the alleyway. Spike is going to go down for 4 tapping.
Spike's down fairly early in this round. 1 pick for the Saints, and they got that execute on to B. Gub, dangerously low, but with that Sky, as long as he doesn't get tapped out early, I mean, he can still provide a lot of value to the team here. The jumping right click from Seth is even going to land a couple headshots there. 4 tapping, good for 1, and now Quinn stuck out in the corner. Look at these 4 players knowing exactly where he is. Caillou, believe that was his second of the round, going to find that one.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're the last person and there's 5 members of the enemy team alive.
Yeah.
Even in pistol round, where the kind of everybody's kind of equal in terms of util and weapons and everything. But during pistol round, you can it's still a challenge to try to get those 5 kills and ace the round before you can win.
Especially with only a classic, too. I don't think he had Ghost in hand. The Ghost sometimes can make that slightly easier, maybe even a Frenzy in some situations, but a lot of the times you're kind of just capped by the amount of ammo that a lot of these pistols have. If you're trying to kill 3-4 people, right, realistically, you're not going to hit every headshot coming through, and oftentimes, you can just run out of those ammo reserves really fast. Speaking of really fast, Ems is already here up into B. Who is that? Galactar there. Going to shut down 4 tapping up on Rafters. And now the rest of the Saints should be good to flood in towards this B site. You got Caillou rotating there all the way from A. Sent that Viper wall to, I guess, be a little bit of a bait there towards that starting side. But now, waiting for this plant is Michigan Tech, because they're going to allow their Viper to rotate over as well. That's going to be Eel on the Viper. But just classics to work with. It's a full save coming through from MTU. They're happy if they can just grab a few kills here on the Saints.
For sure. That's definitely the aim. They already have 1 member of Saints down, so they are, in a pretty good spot. We're going to see Quinn try to get the kill onto Ems, but Gub and Caillou are going to get a little bit of revenge for that.
Swiftly shut down. I didn't realize Caillou had that Phantom by round 2. Now
yeah, I
going to
didn't
be able
to
carry that over into round 3. You've got a rifle on your team for round 3. That's pretty big, considering most of the time, round 3 is when, whoever finds themselves at 0 after that pistol and that bonus is able to grab one back because they can find that full buy. You throw a rifle into Caillou's hand, the player that's already 4-0. That's going to make it a lot harder of a task here for Michigan Tech, but as long as you play these angles right, they should be fine with this weaponry in hands.
Yeah, we're going to see, pretty even buys coming out all around here, so it should be a little bit of a more fair round coming through. We do see a Spectre or 2 on the Saints team and a Bulldog, which, the Spectre is actually pretty good right now. So, you can't even really complain.
On the Jet as well, it looks like we may actually having a tech pause come through. Not sure which side that is, but it does seem like, we've got possibly Seth's PC there in spawn, looking like it might be having some issues there. So, pause is going to come through. See if we can get this ironed out and get this match back underway. But possibly... Oh, is he back? I'm seeing movement.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
I'm seeing mouse movement.
Yep. So maybe... Oh.
Interesting.
He is able to, use the knife and whatnot, but looks like he's kind of stuck there. Everybody looks stuck right now, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure if they're just not touching their keyboards or if they're just waiting for someone's PC. It looks like we've got, from what I can tell, it looks like there is someone helping him out up there on the stage with some of these issues. It might actually be 4 tapping's PC that's having some tech issues, but...
Yeah, it does look like that right now. But I mean, other than that, there's not a lot we can really go off of. It's very early in the game. We are 2 rounds in, so we'll have to see if this tech pause comes through fast here.
Yeah, may just throw it to a quick timeout, actually, as these players get back in and running, but shouldn't be more than a few minutes. We'll throw it to a quick little break, possibly. Yeah, we'll throw it to a quick little break here and then be back with you guys for round 3 here. Full buys coming through for Michigan Tech. Should be a round to look out for. And we are in, starting off the round quick. It's Gub throwing up that dog, but Terminal and Ems gonna get traded out. Terminal finds that kill onto Caillou. Caillou was that player. Not only is he that, not the main smoke, but that Viper wall to come through for the Saints, but he also had that Phantom in hand. It's now picked up by Ems as these players starting to creep up heaven. 4-tapping already came up vents. Gonna get hit by that concussion, and here's where the rifles start to come through for Michigan Tech. Gub finds the trade on that one, but Ems falls, and it's a 2v3. You've got flashes and smokes on the horizon. Gub's good for 1. 2v2 should be able to get this plant down as well, as 4-tapping provides the support with that utility.
Yeah, we're going to see Galactar is going to try to go on a little bit of a flank here. We are, like you said, 2v2. 4-tapping, going to go on a flank of his own as well. It'll be a battle of the flanks here. Everybody's kind of rotating all over. So we'll have to see. Galactar going to throw that haunt out. Not going to catch anything quite yet. 4-tapping sees them both.
There's 2 from heaven.
Wow.
I mean,
you love to see it.
That's the big brain plays that come through. He heard the root. When you hear that rotate downstairs and then also see the haunt thrown out from there, you kind of assume both players are playing there, especially when pretty sure, I think all the other angles at least were pretty well cleared out by these guys. And you take that save round or that bonus round coming from 2-0 and you get rifles back in hand. You look at the economy too. 5 points on the ultimates for 4 of these players here. Got rifles, 5K in the back pocket of both Gub and Caillou. And not much, if anything, to work with for the side of MTU here.
Absolutely. Their econ is not doing great right now. You see Gub gonna throw the bird out. Gonna flash a few, but a few members of St. Clair will take out a few members of MTU. In the meantime, Galactar and Quinn gonna get a little bit of revenge of their own as well.
Quinn can maybe make it out with this Phantom or even find another kill here. Caillou with that jump peek tosses that snake bite there. It's going to put him right into the sights of Ems. I was going to say, if he could maybe find 1 or 2, wouldn't be the worst save round in the world, but you did shut down 2 players mid. You grabbed the kills with those eco weapons as well. I believe it was a Stinger and a Sheriff kill that ended up coming through. So not the worst round considering you invested less than 1,000 per player there.
Exactly. And speaking of investing, it looks like Ems has invested quite a bit of money into that VCT knife.
Yeah.
that knife, I don't like that variation very much, so a questionable purchase in my opinion, but you know what? We respect it.
Okay, funny you say that. Green and purple is one of my favorite combinations of colors, but I also think the red one is very, very clean. Terminal spotted out top of ramp there. He's able to toss that paint shell back down. It's not going to do much damage, but Ems blinded out. Was he blinded by the Sky Flash? I think he was.
I think so, yeah. Gonna see, they might just rotate here by the looks of it. Yeah,
Spike's
they're gonna
garage.
go over to Garage. You follow up on that. 4-tapping gonna actually take out Galactar in the meantime while the rest of the Saints are rotating over.
Entry Astra find that first kill, get on site. Eel spotted out from the side. It's an interesting crosshair there with the firing air and everything. Kind of looks cool, I guess. Caillou finds one on A onto Terminal as well. He doesn't know that Block was playing out there on Heaven, though. That's a flank on to Caillou, but Spike's already down. The player advantage is over towards the Saints, and you've got 4-tapping there with the Cosmic Divide in the back pocket. It's going to be a tough retake with only these characters left. However, once block get there, the breach flashes could 100% help out with this aggression.
Absolutely. Seth going to take out Eel. In the meantime, Quinn is also going to take out Seth for a little bit of a trade. Quinn going to take out Gub as well, but M's going to take out Block and Quinn to finish the round.
Ems from below is able to find two. I'm not sure. I don't think both of them were up there heaven. I think Quinn had fallen down ropes there, but that's 5-0 right now for St. Clair College. Maybe they've been practicing split, knowing that it was going to be coming back there. It's a map that, right, I feel like a lot of people kind of just forgot about because if I'm not mistaken, you could still play it in the other modes, right, in Spike Rush and the normal modes and, just unrated and the like. But, I mean, coming through, when it's been out of the competitive rotation and the organized play map pool there for so long, I think so many teams have just probably fallen out of favor on the map. It's going to take a bit for these teams to really get back and get comfortable on this map, but it seems like Saints already have some solid game plans. Like, you're seeing these round starts, they're very solid. You see Ems has already made it all the way up into vents. He should be able to cover this cross there from Galactar. The Prowler going to come out. It goes right past Ems. Will he check that corner? Ems is going to shut that one down, take a little bit of damage in the process, but first pick going over to the Saints. Bladestorm online now for Ems.
You love to see it. Just beautiful play there. I love just watching somebody walk right past someone that you're spectating, and then they just turn around and get them. Like, it's just so satisfying.
Yeah, the trigger discipline is a key one in games like this. Gub gonna find that second kill for the team. Gub is going crazy on this Sky this game. Caillou just holding down spawn here, spraying through his own smoke there, waiting for Eel to make that rotation, but Eel's going to be coming through vents, keeping it quiet here, shift walking the entire way, but the alarm bot spots him out. Caillou finds his second kill of the round, and I believe it was 2 to Caillou, 2 to Gub there, and Ems to finish that off. Now 4 ults online, 6-0. The timeout is going to come through from Michigan Tech.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good time, too, when you're 6-0, having that timeout early enough in the game that you could still make a comeback if you're Michigan Tech. It's still a good time to do that. It's not too early, not too late. It's kind of like the perfect time to reset, talk to your team, figure out what's going on.
Yeah, side note, this the second we switch over to that stage cam, this guy Owen, Coach Hybrid there, just being an absolute character up on stage. But I mean, Saints so far 6-0. The timeout comes through from MTU, but I mean, I don't think they have too much to really fix up here. You see 4-tap in that IGL, given the advice there. Most likely just what's going to happen, what these plans are for these next few rounds. As the team gets through, 5 seconds left in this timeout, ready to get back into it. Still got 20 seconds in the buy phase, and when it comes to buys, it looks like Michigan Tech is going to have these buys online. Block just enough for a rifle there, but the problem I'm seeing right now, I mean, you're playing defense and you're just getting almost like ran down on these sites too much. They find the trades back and forth occasionally, but when you see someone like a Sky, someone like Gub coming in and finding 2 without being traded out, the value is just not there for Michigan Tech just yet. And see if that timeout, maybe if they were able to cook up a plan here, it's going to make them get through this round. But with 4 ultimates, this is a Nightfall that could be used to counter this lockdown. But Galactar are going to be able to play just out of this lockdown range.
Yeah, it looks like they're just waiting for that Nightfall to go through there. The Astro Wall is big to be able to get onto site here for the Saints. Gonna get that plant down is what Gub is trying to do. Galactar is kind of forced to sit back, throw that haunt out. Everything is kind of getting smoked. They're getting concussed. The Nightmare is gonna come through there, or Nightfall is gonna come through there, but that's about all that.
Aftershock on Gub in the corner. He takes the damage from it, but trades one out in the process. Ems falls to Eel after finding Galactar himself. Caillou playing the lineups like a gremlin right now.
Absolutely.
Gonna get actually tapped out by Eel there, 4-tapping the only one to shut down this post plan. It's gonna be swing it from block, spray it down. Quinn's holding this one. He sticks that, but it's not even necessary when Eel finds his third of the round in the first round for Michigan Tech there. That timeout definitely did something.
Absolutely. It was the perfect time for a timeout by the looks of it. MTU able to kind of get back on their feet, get a little bit more money. We're going to see the Phantoms, the Vandals, the Bulldog coming through here for MTU. So they're in a little bit of a better spot. However, Ems is kind of stuck with a stinger right now. The rest of St. Clair is not doing too bad.
Bladestorm.
Oh, Bladestorm. That's why I was like, he has so much money.
He's got 6,500. Yeah, you'd expect. But often, I know a lot of Jets, they like to go for something like a close range weapon because you've got the Bladestorm for the long range, and then you've got, you know, that Stinger or something like that for super close range, or throwing the Shorty in the back pocket as well is what a lot of Jets like to do. But M straight in there. Prowler actually not going to catch him as now he's able to play close there. Galactar. Headshot comes through. A little bit of a interesting texture there. Caillou now creeping in this Viper's pit. He's not super deep into B, however.
Oh, they're so close. Looks like Caillou is going to spot out Galactar there. Maybe it was just a lucky spray and pray, but able to take him out in the meantime. You see Caillou again with those lineups, just throwing those nades anywhere he can. Foxen is getting low, so they're going to meet face-to-face very shortly here as well.
Yeah, not unless Caillou gets back in that ultimate, but Eel takes out Gub. Now that's flashes down for the Saints here. Seth evens it out. Seth with a huge flank. What is that, Seth? All the way from heaven, finds 3. Block's the only one left now. The spike's down, and in half a second, Seth has completely flipped around this round. 7-1 looking super possible here for the Saints, and what was a very, very solid defensive start from MTU. So, like, resistance that we haven't seen them give just yet, especially with a Viper's pit down. But Seth, with some stellar positioning, just absolutely changing the story of this round right now.
Absolutely. Four tapping is not going to see Block there, not going to spot him out. Seth's going to peek out, going to get him in the
4K.
end for a 4K this round. 7-1 for Saints.
Big one. I want to check out this scoreboard quickly for a sec. I mean, just look at the KDs. Nobody from the side of Michigan Tech is able to hit positive, and as these rounds come through, they found the one. You wanted that one to be your momentum starter. Now, 7-1, all you can guarantee is that 7-5 half, and with a save round like this, it's going to be hard to guarantee even that.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to see one ultimate on the side of Saints, but there's 3 ultimates on the side of MTU. We might see an ultimate come through this round, so we will have to see.
M's doing this creep up mid that he has done actually on a lot of these rounds, because MTU is kind of letting mid go free. They're not really holding anyone vents, and they're playing very back there up on B Heaven. Whereas, I mean, they can't really peek out into him is the thing, but even in the rounds where they have had the weaponry to do it, they haven't really wanted to invest the resources there, and Ems has been able to go all the way up into vents, and either cut off rotations from A or rotate it to A himself. Block with the Stinger is huge. Yeah, mid is, it just controls the entire map on split. It's essentially where all you can rotate through, unless you're going to go a full rotate around through sewer or that attacker spawn or the defensive spawn. You've got like 2 options at that point. If you have someone covering mid, you know exactly where the enemy team is going to be. You see Seth setting up that post-plant utility as well. Galactar, actually 3 players here could walk into a mean microwave as they try to get in.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, mid is definitely one of those spots you cannot give up. If you just walk away or let somebody else take it, then, you know, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I want to say it's almost similar to Icebox in that sense, where a lot of the rotations revolve around mid. Block from behind for 3. Ems, can you shut him down? Block for 4. Block's good for the ace right now. But this spike getting lower. The Shorty comes through for Seth. Seth falls. Does he have the time? Galactar trying to make this stick happen. He does not. 2.26 to go if he tried to find that one. And it's played out super well from the Saints. Play it out slow. Block getting on the board, though, on this breach.
Quick clutch there for Seth as well. I mean, that's just beautiful play, being able to kind of stall out just long enough that they can't defuse the bomb. Even if you know you're going to die, just kind of playing those mind games is good enough.
And I mean, you can't beat a nice shorty clip as
Oh,
well.
absolutely.
Anytime any shorty kill is insanely satisfying. I think the only thing that tops it is something like a Judge or the Odin through B Garage there on Ascent. That's a classic, and to this day, I believe it's the funniest kills to watch as they come through.
But the most infuriating.
And another lockdown. I think this is 3 rounds after, just because Seth was able to find the 3K in the 1 round, get so many points towards his ultimate. Keep in mind, though, block after last round, gonna have that Rolling Thunder here for this retake. Now, even 3v3 as Saints start to get this plant down on site. It's gonna be 4-tapping with the spike there.
Yeah, we're going to see the Paranoia come through. Only going to hit Caillou. Caillou is actually going to get taken out here by Quinn. 4-tapping, just watching Heaven. He knows that they're up there. Not a ton he can do other than smoke it off. Going to try to get up there as well. Maybe get a little bit of a sneak attack onto them. But there are 3 members of MTU over there. Oh, 4-tapping gets 1. He runs away. Manages to get out of there.
He can just do like a full rotation right now, too. You've got Seth holding that down with all this Killjoy utility. If there's any player that can, would be Seth. Now 4-tapping actually comes back in for the re-rotate through Heaven. This is going to be stuck from Quinn, though, halfway through. Block has to try and win this one out, but with 6 health left, it's 4-tapping who's going to find that one.
Just beautiful, ability there to protect the bomb for the last few minutes, or last few seconds, by 4-tapping. And I do believe that was Seth? Yeah, Seth on the Killjoy. Yeah, Seth with a 10-6 KDA right now. Pretty good.
Yeah.
You'd love to see it.
The Judge to come through. Quinn. I got to respect Quinn, honestly, too. On all of these post plans, on all of these retakes, Quinn has just tried to stick that bomb, or tried to stick that spike defuse, and I cannot respect it more, because so often you'll have players where the stick works out because they just won't peek out due to the fear of that fake, but it is gonna work out, and the Saints have been pretty good at just peeking those at like the last second during that second half. They'll allow the half to come through, but always never gonna let that full 4 seconds come through.
Absolutely. Quinn stuck Heaven here. Gonna be accompanied by Eel, 4-tapping, trying to make something work. They're gonna spot him out, actually, get that Sheriff kill.
He popped one of those stars and just had the gun out of hand for half a second there. There's a flash to come through, but Caillou got hit by it as well. Little miscommunication there. Caillou, however, still going to be good for those. The mechanics showing out right now. 10-1. We could be seeing an 11-1 half here, Amanda. I don't think we've seen this in a while. I think it's been a few weeks since this has come through.
It definitely has. You know, especially this this early into the season. You know, sometimes you don't expect these kinds of games. Maybe like the first game or 2 you expect it, but the 3rd, 4th game of the season, typically we're a little bit more, you know,
especially with 2 2-0 teams as well.
Exactly. We're a lot more back and forth usually with the 2 2-0 teams.
A part of me wants to say it's split, right?
Yeah.
But then a part of me just wants to say it's these crazy kills coming out from Caillou, Seth, Ems, the whole squad right now. Even Gub, a player who typically plays that very, very supportive role, right? He'll find his kills, he'll have his moments, but Gub has been good for 2 or 3 in a lot of these rounds on that Sky, while still flashing for his team, while still getting that intel with the dog, playing his role perfectly, and just getting the added benefits of those solo gunfight wins.
Looks like we're going to see the bird come through here. For the side of St. Clair, not going to get anything. Galactar, in the meantime, going to take out Seth. 4-tapping, going to take out Galactar as well. We are looking at the spike just being down here by B. You know, we're going to see maybe a rotate come over to A by the Astra, 4-tapping. So they're just kind of sitting Heaven on A, but everybody on MTU is sitting Heaven on B. So this is kind of awkward right now.
This has just been an interesting round, to say the least. Both of these teams, like, it's just they're both thinking that the other person is doing the complete opposite of what is happening. But honestly, MTU at this point, you're a player down. I'm not against them just stacking up and playing for this retake, because we've seen how all of these rounds have started, how many times they're going to lose value in those trades because the Saints are so good at just grabbing that one extra kill every time. And you see it right now in this 4v3. Rolling Thunder comes through. Caillou holding down this angle. He finds one. Eel's down. That's going to be the Viper down for the retake. All you've got to work with is an Omen and a Breach. They spot Block as well. Block might be good for that spray, but the crouch not going to make him with that headshot. Ems is good for it. 11-1 half in the end. Saints looking for a pistol round and that next round to take this game.
Yeah, this is, like you said, we almost never see an 11-1 half around this time in the season. It's just, you typically don't see it with 2-1 team, 2-0 teams. So it's gonna be a little bit interesting. Maybe they were just more of an attack or defense sided team, or attack sided team, and Saints were just really good at attack this time around. Or maybe it's just, you know, a little bit of a map diff. Not 100% sure, but we'll have to see.
Look at the stats right now. 4-tapping on the way to dropping a triple-double right now. I mean, granted, the triple-double not the best considering one of those is deaths, but nonetheless, it is a possibility. 12 kills, 7 deaths, and 10 assists, just putting it all on the line for the team there. Gub, I think he hit all 5 players with that flash. That slows down this push immensely. Now you see 5 members of MTU, like, maybe we'll back out of that B area, try to take some of this mid control, but might be a double back, a little bit of a two-pronged approach here as this B hit starts to come through. 4 players from the Saints playing defense towards that side.
Yeah, and like you had said earlier, mid is what controls this map, so trying to take advantage of that would be good, but it looks like they're actually going to try to force through A garage here. Or B garage, sorry.
Gub chunked out a little bit, but I'm not sure if they knew he was in that corner. Now they definitely know. He's revealed from that haunt. He's good for one as well. What is that headshot? And the entire side of MTU falls.
That was just...
What just happened?
Yeah, that was insane. Like, that was the fastest pistol round I've ever seen in my life.
I'm not going to lie. Gub had no right to find that kill onto Terminal, especially with how fast that Raze was in there. Raze had the intel, the reveal from the haunt. It was just devastating for the side of MTU, and now you see this force. You see MTU has to force out as well. There's no more save for next round to find that full buy. You have no more insurance, but in all, if we're being realistic, Saints take this game. I mean,
oh, absolutely.
An 11-round comeback is tough. I know I'm the king of curses here on the stream, but sometimes you just got to lay it out how it is. Terminal on there, down, gets that kill on Seth, falls from the trade from 4-tapping. Prowler goes all the way up heaven. Actually going to near sight 4-tapping. A second one coming his way. It's going to expire. Plant comes down. You're still on a 4v4. MTU maybe good for a few more rounds in this game. Not if that snake bite is going to cut down Galactar. 1 health on him right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of members of MTU that are low on health right now. And as I say that, they're actually getting picked off slowly by the Saints. And that's it. Saints are going to win map 1.
That's map 1. Split, done and dusted with a 13-1 scoreline. What a map to come through, and what a way to welcome Split back to the broadcast, honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, Split is one of those maps that, honestly, it's one of my favorites. I know it's, like you said, people either love it or they hate it. Yeah, so I'm one of the lovers of Split.
Given that I played the game in the beta, I'm also a huge lover of Split. I mean, it's one of those OG maps, and I think... personally, I'm a fan of the A side. I really like how the post plant plays there, where you've got that heaven, you've got ramp and CT for the rotates, but then you also have that little elbow area that you can kind of just play ring around the rosy. I think it plays out pretty interesting, and I mean, clearly the Saints think it plays out pretty interesting as well. 13-1 is going to finish off that, I believe. Next one on the docket is going to be Haven there for map 2. Saints should be starting on the defense on that one, if I'm not mistaken, but we're going to throw it to a quick little break as everyone gets ready up in here in the lobby, and we'll bring you back for Agent Select in map 2, Haven.
Welcome back, everybody. We are on map 2 Haven for MTU versus St. Clair College. First map was a pretty dominant showing by St. Clair with a 13-1 scoreline.
So, some interesting picks coming through. Actually, most of this team looking fairly similar to what the Saints like to play. That phase raid combo, the Caillou-Seth duo there has been a classic all season. But what I'm really staring down here is that M's Chamber pick. Also that Terminal Phoenix pick, because I don't think we've seen Phoenix on Haven in a while here from many teams. I know Phoenix has become a little bit more popular on some maps, but as far as I know, Haven has not been one of them for a lot of teams. So some spicy picks from both sides here. Other than that, those Brimstones, Killjoys, the Astra, and the Fades, fairly common picks to come through. We've seen Gub on the Breach before. We saw Block on the Breach there last game, but 1-0 coming into this one. Saints looking to make this one a quick 2-0 from the looks of that first game.
Yeah, looks like that is the course we are set upon. We're going to see MTU going to have the defender side first this time. Saints are going to be on the attack. So we'll have to see if maybe the attacker side is better for, or maybe the defender side is better for MTU this time around. Maybe it's the map that'll be a little bit different. Maybe it'll be less of a, dominating game there. Or maybe Saints will prove to be, the dominant team.
Yeah, so Saints are actually going to start on the attack once again here. Defense, a side that I feel like most teams prefer on Haven. So Michigan Tech wants to get that one out of the way first, see how many rounds they can grab on that one. But I want to say these first few rounds, we saw it from last game, might almost like determine the outcome of the game very early on. Saints, we know how they are when they get those that momentum going, and it's very hard to shut them down. The timeout was able to do it for one round last game, but now we get into this pistol round. 3 players creeping their way all the way up Heaven. You see Ems there holding down mid with that chamber, presumably Headhunter in hand there. Eel not good for the tap, 4 tapping, turned on. But Block is good for 2 over towards mid. Ems able to find that one with the Sheriff. So he didn't actually opt for the Headhunter. He just went straight Sheriff there in the first round. Spike's down now.
Yeah, that is interesting. Not opting to go for the Headhunter there, but same kind of deals with the Sheriff first round. It's not that big of a difference.
Oh, this is gonna be a dirty flank.
Oh yeah, you can see 4 tapping gonna come around here, gonna take out Terminal. Galactar, last one standing. Gub's gonna try to get him. Not gonna quite be able to do it. Galactar gonna take out Ems as well.
4 tapping's at 5 health right now.
Oh my gosh, 4 tapping. Gonna make it happen? Nope. The Galactar gonna win that first round.
Quick one. Galactar with that frenzy, making it work. I don't know how he found those 2 in like a split second. I'm not sure. It looks like there actually was a second player there grouped up in Garage Link. So he's able to find those. 4 tapping got so low with those shots from Terminal earlier on in the round, and Galactar taking the first pistol round that MTU's going to find. The second round MTU's found all series, and now they're able to get some guns in hand, but the Saints, confident as ever. They're going to force this one up. It's something they like to do pretty often, I'd say. We do see them save, but they really like to get these forces out, especially on the attacking side, because oftentimes these defenders are not ready for it. That wasn't even a forced out gun. That was just Ems being absolutely cracked with that Headhunter in hand.
Yeah, beautiful headshot there by Ems. You love seeing those Headhunter plays. I mean, with the sound as well that it makes is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to see Block here are going to try to wait to see if they can see the Saints. Saints are just going to rotate over to Garage, maybe? That's what it looks like, at least. We're going to have 4 tapping waiting with the Spectre at the door. Ems is going to try to rotate over to C while watching A. Not going to quite find anything.
Yeah, it's a quick pick and much slower of a round now. Ems for 2. Going to be the only player with kills on the board this round so far. Seth, double blast packs in hand, looking to get straight in there. Block is not ready. He doesn't know that 4 tapping has already made that cross. There's actually 2 players here. Will Block check that out? No, he won't. He turns. Not in time, though. Is able to get a little bit of damage. Quinn's good for the trade. Triple for Ems, and the Saints swiftly shut down the rest. 1-1. The Force coming in full force, literally. Now, Saints, the ones with the economy advantage going into this next round.
We are going to see a Force here for Saints. Full buy by the looks of it. We have, well, as full buy as they can get. So we're going to see some
Pretty
light
well.
shields, some phantoms, some heavy shields, Spectre, and a frenzy for Ems.
Yeah, you'd assume he's just buying up those Headhunter bullets once
Oh,
again.
absolutely.
I mean, it's so good. Like, even with all the changes they've made to Chamber, you know, things that have made him fall out of favor a little bit, he's still got that Headhunter. Gub, good for a collateral. Down long, 2 picks early, and this round looking to snowball immediately as the spike comes down. We're 15 seconds in, and the Saints have already made this execute. 3 players stacked up over towards B, and it's an eco retake to try and come through for Michigan Tech.
Absolutely. Gonna see 4 tapping is gonna be a little bit sneaky. Try to go on a little flank maybe. Ems is gonna get spotted out there by the fade. Gonna try to rotate out of there. Actually, 4 tapping is gonna take out Galactar in the meantime, and gonna take out Terminal.
What are these angles? These guys are playing. Holding down C all the way from grass. Quinn good for the tap onto Ems. He's looking to get this body shot onto 4 tapping as well. You throw a few good ones through the wall, you might be able to, but it's a triple kill for 4 tapping. Comes through with that Spectre. He's going to carry that one over towards that next round. No rifles to pick up here, but rifles to buy up for someone like Ems, who was just chilling with the Frenzy that whole round and working with that Headhunter now. 4 rifles on the board, as close to a full buy even round as we've gotten so far. 4 tapping, even with that Spectre, you throw up the Cosmic Divide that he's got in the back pocket, you play those close angles, and that Spectre can be just as solid as a rifle in the right situation. Gonna have to see how they start this one out. It's Ems. Looks like it's gonna be a long-range battle towards C. The question is, will this MTU, I believe it's Eel there on the Killjoy, will he make this peak is the question.
That is the question. Knows that Ems is there. The turret is going off. Not gonna quite get him. Just gonna keep jumping there to peek it. Seth gonna blast pack in here. Maybe find a kill. Looks like he is gonna take out Quinn. Yeah, that was an insane jump over the boxes, up above Quinn, as he's getting you know, the flash out on him. Block taking out Seth for a little bit of revenge as well.
These aftershocks coming through, so valuable for both teams right now. Seth a little bit too deep onto that B site, but 4 tapping has just been on these flanks all game. The question is, will he find the kills to come through? A lot of damage to Galactar, the Frenzy kill onto Terminal. Gub for 2 in the end. That's going to clean it up. 3-1 on this attacking side here. Saints looking for, once again, another super dominant half to start.
Absolutely. Just looking great right now. It looks like we are seeing some, you know, guns come through here for the side of MTU. Nothing too crazy as they don't have a ton of money. It looks like it is going to be a little bit of a save round here. We're going to see some Sheriffs and a Bucky. 1 Vandal coming through, though, for block.
Yeah, almost going to be a glass cannon there, but he is going to buy up that light armor in the last second of that buy phase. Really debated that one for a while there, but Ems, we've seen him on this hold before. Terminal peeks out. He's able to get a good little jiggle there and not even take any damage, get a little bit of info, but you've only spotted out 1 player. Prowler was spotted out by Quinn there mid, so they've got intel on these Saints here, but the Saints playing a decently spread out default as 3 players push straight through Garage. They're going to run straight by that Nanoswarm as well. It's not going to get popped just yet. Seth, good for the first kill onto Eel. That execution comes through. The Astra Star, the Astra Smoke there, cutting off CT. And with the weapons that are in hand, Michigan Tech gonna have, once again, a very tough time trying to make this happen. Talk about Ems on the flank coming all the way up B. Ems and 4 tapping. These flanks have been wild this series. 4 tapping, getting in close there, finds that kill, finds another one. Galactar with the Bucky could have easily shut him down, but the timing was not good for him.
Looks like we are going to see Caillou try to push up here. Seth going to try to make something work as well. All members of St. Clair kind of, oh my goodness, we're actually going to see a flank coming through here for 4 tapping. Seth is going to get taken out by Terminal. Gub is going to be the one to take out Terminal in the end.
That is going to be the 4th round to come through for the Saints here, and they're just going to keep it rolling for as long as possible. I mean, you lose that pistol, you force out, and now the economy has just been so favored for them right now. I mean, it was 0-5 there holding down that C site. This time, looks like he's going to set up some stuff towards B. He's got that alarm bot towards that left side. Should cover any rotate or any insane aggressive push that possibly Seth comes through with those blast packs, but it's a bit of an A stack to start as these Saints players look to bait out some utility here.
Eel gonna be watching with that Marshall through garage there to see Caillou bring out that Prowler. Not gonna find anything. Eel,
that's an operator right there.
That's an op, sorry, not the Marshall. Oh my goodness.
Even more terrifying.
Absolutely. Looks like just gonna watch that angle there. Saints are gonna have to be really careful if they want to push through there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be on the end of that scope right there. 4, I believe that's 3 players now. Made it up long block. Kind of just putting them down in the end. There's that combo to come through, that fade, raise combo. It happens every time. Eel's good for the first kill of the game for himself with that op. Puts in that value there on defense. Raise super low here at Seth. Some ultimates get popped through, actually. The Nightfall is good from Galactar. Trades come out, but Seth being that low, able to find another kill is huge. Ems pops that tour de force. Op beat op now on the site. 2v2. The hold is going to come through. Eel was able to pick up a rifle and shut that one down. 2nd round, good for Michigan Tech. Now you're already 2 times what you found last game.
Yeah, and it looks like Eel is going to keep that op for the next round as well, so we might see more dominating op play. Also going to have ult ready for the next round.
That's a big one on defense. That Killjoy ult can shut down a lot of Rolling Thunder as well. Both of those can be used for both defending the site initially and that retake. Very potent on those, so if there's any ults to have on this team, especially after that Nightfall was used to secure another round last round, these ones could start the snowball that they're looking for. But even with a round win, Galactar and Block don't have the cash in hand to really buy out. Actually, it looked like Block had enough for a rifle, but he was actually just going to opt for that Guardian.
M's going to be playing really slow here on A. Going to try to see if he can pick off one member of MTU. We're actually going to see Seth going to try to break through this garage as well. A little bit scared the op might be there again. We can see Caillou throwing that haunt. Knows that there's one there. Not a lot that he can really do right now.
Block's able to pick up a rifle off of, I'm not sure if that was Quinn's or if it was Gub's there, but Gub actually fell a little bit farther down mid, so definitely Quinn's rifle he's going to pick up. Close left here. This is about to be an engagement and a half. 4 tapping right there for the trade, and this is something that the Saints have been so good about, especially with this new version of the roster coming into this season. They've been very solid on making sure those trades come through. No death is being unpunished. Right there, Eel's able to find the one onto Caillou. Immediate swing out from 4 tapping. He makes that trade. He shuts down the lockdown, and now you've got Galactar here with a Guardian stuck in a 1v2. He is going to pick up a Phantom for this retake, but he's got 1 Prowler and those strings left. Both players playing under Heaven. Galactar does not want to make that peek just yet. Might just take this rifle into that next round. We're going to have to see.
That's definitely what it looks like it's going to be. Galactar actually going to take out 4 tapping in the meantime. Seth has to get out of there. Looks like they're both just going to get away. Oh, Seth not able to get out of there in time, but Galactar does take the op.
Seth falls with that. Galactar keeps the op in the game as well. That was as far as saves go, that was a pretty valuable one right there. I mean, obviously, you are going to lose that round, but you take that op into the next one. You keep it there for Eel, but look at Block, look at Terminal, look at even Galactar himself. After not dying that round, he's not going to get too much in the bank. A Bucky. He's been very fond of the Bucky, at least here on the Haven defense. And he's holding A? Question mark? A long?
Yeah, interesting. We're going to see Saints kind of all over the place right now, playing for picks by the looks of it. Caillou going to back up here. Also has a shorty in the back pocket in case he needs it. Eel with that op again. So potent, so dangerous. Need to be able to make sure that you are not in his sights if you are St. Clair.
100%. Eel's been able to consistently find 1 or 2 with that op once he's had it in hand, and it makes it really hard when you lose all of your initiation utility there just from an op play. Quinn and Galactar, a double swing to come out, shut down 2 on that B site, 4 tapping, and Seth 2v5. Gotta see if you can make this happen. Seth good so low, and Eel's there for the second of the round. Can you make it a third? 4 tapping shuts him down. 4 tapping, full health, Cosmic Divide still up from B.
Oh.
Just gonna shoot right in between those 2 players. Terminal, nice little headshot to finish that one off, and a much closer game here on Haven.
Yes, definitely. That op is still in play. It's been, what, like 4 rounds since that op was, the op was purchased.
Pass back and forth between
Absolutely,
teams.
yeah. And it goes back into the hands of Eel, which, again, very, very dangerous, very good op player so far.
Eel was
yeah.
0-5 before he picked up that op. He's found
Yeah.
4 with the op, and then the 1 rifle kill as well to finish off. I believe it was their second round that they found there over on round 6. Now, he's just been so good at holding down this long side. You've got 1 player holding down C, and the rest of your team can focus. You see them doubling up in Garage there as well. Garage is an area that Saints have been pretty fond of this game, so not surprised to see the stack come through there, but the utility is all going to be going down towards A. The plant should be good as well. 4 tapping finds the pick mid.
Yeah, we're going to see Seth going to blast pack up onto these boxes. Just hold the angle here for Heaven by the looks of it. Galactar just threatening to peek out ever so slightly here. The Astra Star is up there, though, so he's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, the Astra smokes are devastating. I mean, you can just consistently have smokes coming up there. Caillou actually chunked out about 40 health there from, I believe that was a molly or a wall combo there from the Phoenix. Caillou, though, still good for the kill, even while burning, even while blinding. Quinn here trying to shut down. I'm not sure what utility he was trying to destroy there, but 10 health left, has to make this save, but 4 tapping has been around this entire B side the whole round.
He's not going to pick up the op by the looks of it, so that's the end of that operator. 5 rounds that operator was in for. So
It had a good lifespan.
absolutely. We're going to see only Phantoms, Vandals, a Bulldog, and actually Double Spectre by the looks of it here. So that op is good as gone right now.
Yeah, right now, Saints have guaranteed themselves the 6-6 half. Pretty solid on attack considering, I mean, we've seen these guys have 10-2 halves on defense side. Haven, they're very practiced and confident on this map, especially on that defensive side. So you guarantee yourselves the even first half on attack, and you're feeling pretty good going into that second one. Seth be comboing back into that corner. MTU not falling for it again, though.
Oh.
They've seen that kill too many times from the Saints. Seth still good for that first pick, as well as Terminal and Block falling. The rest of MTU dropping like flies. It's back to Quinn at the end. Last man standing. Only 1 trade even came through from Michigan Tech. Concussion is good. Seth tapping out Quinn here. Quinn, you can maybe find 1, but the timing's not good for you to pull out your knife there.
Yeah, it's just one of those unfortunate timings situations. We are at a 3-7 half so far. So St. Clair is proving to be dominant, but not as dominant as last round where it was 11-1 at the end of the half so far.
Yeah, I mean, the resistance is coming through from Michigan Tech. It just seems like so many times the Saints still just on the winning end of a lot of these trades and on the winning end of economy for most of the game. And it all came off of that, granted, very risky force second round.
Absolutely. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of a defensive push here coming from the side of MTU. Going to go on a little bit of a flank maybe here. But there is 4-tapping watching the flank as well, so they're going to have to be careful. We're going to see Block, I think it is, pushing up behind the Saints.
This is like, yeah, this is one of those like, almost like one of two eco or pistol round strategies you see when you're stuck and you're just going to buy up sheriffs, buy up frenzies. You either see players 5-man it down one lane, or they're just going to be playing and holding very, very close angles almost that whole round. But the combined might of those weapons is not going to work coming up against rifles. 8-3 now moving into this last round of the half. Saints looking for that 9-3. Michigan Tech seeing if they can make it 8-4, seeing if they can take something into this next half. But look at what the Saints got in hand. The only saving grace for Michigan Tech right now is if they've got 4 ultimates available. Quinn also only needs 1 more point, so Quinn finds an early pick. You've got 5 ults on the board. All of them very, very solid ones at that.
Look at 4-tapping right now. 17-6 KDA. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, triple-double again, question mark, is what production Ryan is saying. Possible. It's definitely possible, and we've got more rounds to play with for sure. Caillou is able to find that first pick. Caillou and 4-tapping. 4-tapping, I mean, it's rare that you see first picks come out of the Astra so often, but 4-tapping has just been great at almost calling out the angles from MTU. The crosshair is just always right there. He knows exactly where these players are going to be holding. Part of that, I feel like, comes from just the sheer experience that the Saints have here on Haven.
Absolutely. Caillou just going to be watching mid here, the best of his ability. Not going to quite spot out anyone yet. There are only 3 members of MTU left, so they have to play carefully. They're playing together here. Moving on to C site, using that Prowler up. Not going to find anybody. It looks like Saints are playing back here. There is one long. Caillou is going to watch this long angle here, so he can see the spike. Going to actually get taken out here by Galactar. Block is going to take out Seth. It is a 2v1 now for the side of MTU.
They don't exactly know where 4-tapping's holding. You see Galactar had to look long, had to look garage. You don't know where 4-tapping is. The concussion comes through. This will be so easy for Block. He's not able to secure that one, though. The time, not good. 9-3 to come through for the Saints. Only 4 to go if they want to take this game. I mean, 9-3 curse. Not gonna lie, it's a real thing. We have seen it many a times here on the Saints stream, but 9-3 with momentum like this, with 4-tapping dropping 19 kills on Astra of all characters. I don't know, when you get these Saints hot, when you give them momentum, it's tough to shut them down, to say the least.
You know, this is one thing I learned about the 9-3 curse actually recently, is that you have to win the round 3, for your 3rd round, if you're the opposing team, for it to be a real 9-3 curse. If it's just 9-3, then it's whatever. But, I mean, if you win that 3rd round, that means it's about to turn around.
Oh, like you mean the 3 has to be that last round of the half?
Absolutely.
Of course. And it was not sure if that was the Fade Raise combo itself, but the Paint Shells did come through. Defense side, Haven is hard with 3 sites there, but I mean, we've seen the Saints grab a lot of rounds here on that defense side, and with a comp like this, you're set up for success, especially when you've got technically a Sentinel in that chamber. M's on the flank, M's for 2. Can you make it a 3rd? MTU Block gonna shut that one down, but Seth, quick swing out of garage there, and he's able to find that kill from grass, even with just a frenzy in hand.
Beautiful pistol round there for Saints. Love to see it. M's on that flank, just taking out 2 members of MTU. Almost 3, actually, but not quite enough there. However, Saints were able to win that round, so I guess it did work out in the end.
That did work out for them overall. Now, they are going to have a little bit more. You see the force coming out from Michigan Tech. They're trying to give back exactly what the Saints gave to them, exactly what got the Saints to where they are right now. The economy shut down from their force just gave them so much value, but that's kind of the power of this teleporter from Chamber. He just got so much info. He spotted out one, knows there's 2 or 3 more there, and just teleports out like nothing happens with literally the snap of his fingers.
Ems is sitting heaven right now. He knows where they are. Not able to act on it quite yet. Actually, Gub is going to get taken out by Caillou, Ems, and Caillou again with a 3K here, taking out the rest of MTU. Eel, last one standing, going to take out 2 for themselves as well. 4-tapping going to try to peek this as well. Ems is going to get the kill.
You gotta play that with your teammates, and 4-tapping and Ems, play it perfectly. This is what I'm talking about with these trades here from the Saints. Now, you've secured 2 rounds straight. You're only looking for 2 more, not to mention the force came out from Michigan Tech. This game looking to go Saints' way. Saints looking to keep it undefeated. The timeout is gonna come through from MTU here. We are just gonna wait out a minute here. I mean, last game, we did see them take that timeout. We saw them grab the 1 round they were able to find there on split. And sometimes the timeout, yes, it gives you time to work with, but often it can also just shut down the momentum of another team, such as the Saints, who is feeling very, very confident right now on a huge streak in this game so far.
Yeah, it definitely is Saints' game for sure. I mean, 11-3, that is tough to come back from if you're Michigan Tech. We are going to see, this timeout is probably MTU talking about what can we do? Can we get any way to come back in this game? Or is it kind of like doom and gloom? Is it over? So that is the real question.
Yeah, it's just going to be, can you make... I think if Michigan Tech can't find like 4 rounds straight here, even if you find 2 and Saints is able to grab 1 back, it's tough to deal with. I mean, the second you're on that match point and you're below 4 or 5 rounds in terms of that gap, in terms of the round difference, it's so hard to come back. There's just no more room for error. The comeback becomes insanely stressful, and you have to just be on point every single round. You can't make any more mistakes, and it's tough to do, especially in a game like Valorant where the economy is so big. You're not going to have the exact same setup every round, and eventually a round is going to go that other team's way. It's almost inevitable.
Absolutely. M's just watching his angle. Knows there's one there. Gonna actually get that clean headshot onto Terminal. Seth gonna take out 1 for his own as well. 4-tapping gonna take out Eel. We are seeing a 5v2 already for Saints. Actually, they say that MTU Quinn is actually gonna take out 2 members of Saints. Gub gonna take out Galactar. Quinn gonna take out Gub, but Seth gets the final kill onto Quinn.
After that force, this game looking pretty well done and dusted here. There is actually going to be a decent amount of money due to that loss bonus, but operator for Ems to start. That's a chamber op on defense, whereas we are seeing some rifles come through for the side of Michigan Tech. 1 Vandal, you've got some Bulldogs in hand. You're going to have the best buy you possibly can, but here's exactly what I was talking about before. You're now stuck in the situation. There's no more room for error. Same thing you saw last map on Split, and with a 9-round differential, the comeback sometimes becomes too tall of a task, especially with Ems, and I believe that was Caillou who found that initial kill there, or Seth to come through. Seth and Caillou, all the aftershock kill to come through. That one just hurts your soul a little bit. Seth second of the round, and Quinn the only one left waiting to be ran down by these Saints. They know exactly where he is. A flawless round to finish it off, and a dominant 2-0 here in week 3 of NACE Starleague. Saint Varsity gonna be keeping themselves 3-0 in the league. Michigan Tech dropping down to 2-1, and what a series we just had, Amanda.
Absolutely. That was a wonderful series to watch. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer today, but you know what? We'll take a quick 2-0 there by Saints, but still a lot of resistance put out by MTU. Even though it was kind of like a quicker game, still, it was very like back and forth for some rounds.
Especially compared to Split. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Saints had dominant rounds on Haven as well. We saw the flawlesses come through, but especially compared to that Split game, just a lot more even rounds at the end. We saw a lot more 1v2s to come through at the end rather than 4 Saints alive, and whether it be that Breach or that Viper rotating over from A on Split, and they're just kind of sitting there like, how do I even make this happen?
Exactly.
Like, sometimes, and then the problem is too, you can't always opt for the save because sometimes you don't even have a rifle to save, so it's like, might as well try to see what I can get. But either way, the Saints keeping this undefeated record here in NACE Starleague and finishing that one off pretty swiftly with a 2-0.
Yes, for sure. It was just one of those quick games that you like to see, but at the same time, like you said, it was a 2v1 or like a 1v1 here for a lot of the fights, so it was definitely not just a clean sweep.
And one thing I just noticed over here, 4-tapping, 1 death away from that triple-double, 21, 9, and 17. The Astra absolutely carrying that one out in terms of stats. Their 369 combat score in the end, and the Saints just keeping it going. Glad to see Split back in the map pool. Glad to see Split back on the broadcast. It was a blast to cast that one once again. But as we wrap things up here, just want to give a quick shout out once again to everyone helping out with production. A little bit of a smaller crew today, but we've got Ryan helping out. We've got Matthias over here observing, helping out with the graphics as well. Everyone doing their role so well, even with some tech pauses and some interesting stuff to come through. But nonetheless, it's been an amazing day on the cast once again. Can't wait to get back into more Valorant as we keep moving forward. But I'm Josh Profundi, joined once again by Amanda Dupuis here. It's been awesome. Anything you want to say to the beautiful viewers before we head out for the night, Amanda?
Nothing much other than thank you for watching and supporting the stream.